Number 2, Academy House. This handsome premises is called Academy House, and down the years it has been a private home, a surgeon's rooms, a Freemasons tavern, and even a conservative club. The house was built in about 1756 by Lord Knapton. It's a fine, tall, red brick Georgian building. There are 4 windows across and 4 stories over the basement. The original facade was simple because that was the style then, and there is ornate plaster work on the facade now that you can see, especially around the windows, and that was added in the mid-1800s. But if the facade was plain, the interior was wonderfully ornate, and the plasterwork here on the walls and ceilings of the staircase is elaborate and very unusual. It mixes Rococo and Chinese designs, and no other Dublin building has plasterwork quite like it. Unfortunately, visitors are not allowed up the stairs as this is not part of the public tour. But if you have our multimedia tour, there should be a picture of the plasterwork on your screen now. This inner hallway was the original back of the house, and there used to be a big window on the stairs looking east over the large back garden. That window is now the alcove with the portrait of the Academy's founder, Lord Charlemont. When the Academy moved here in 1852, they built a new library and museum in the back garden, as we'll see shortly, and the window was blocked off. So a new window was inserted into the plasterwork on the north wall instead. The house was originally a detached building between St Anne's Parish Church and the Mansion House. Later, St Anne's built a rectory next door, and the Academy now occupies part of that building for its offices as well. Dawson Street was begun in 1705 by Joshua Dawson, a senior figure in the British administration in Ireland. He bought the land between St Stephen's Green and Nassau Street, and to link the two, he opened this broad, straight, modern street. Mr Dawson built himself a fine mansion house. Dublin City Council bought the mansion in 1715. They paid £3,500 for the house and its contents, and since then, Dawson's Mansion House has been the official home of Dublin's Lord Mayor, and Dawson Street became one of Dublin's most prestigious addresses. This street has always been quiet, wealthy and respectable, and that's because Joshua Dawson did not allow any commercial or manufacturing activities on his street. Even today, there's only one pub on the street, and it's Dublin's smallest, the Dawson Lounge, in a basement across the road at number 25. Previous occupants of this house included John Adrian, a French Huguenot refugee and a surgeon, and Adrian was also a member of the United Irishmen, and in 1798 he was the first doctor to attend Lord Edward Fitzgerald when the rebel leader was fatally wounded. In 1835, the house was bought by a Dublin hotelier, Thomas Gresham, who had recently opened his Gresham Hotel on O'Connell Street. Over the years, Gresham rented this premises to a Freemasons tavern, a conservative club, and the Irish Reform Club. Then in 1852, the Royal Irish Academy needed a new home because its library and museum collections had outgrown their smaller premises at 114 Grafton Street, and the Academy has been here ever since. Take a look around the hallway now. The portraits are of former members and presidents. Then our next stop is the library reading room through the door at the end of the hall.